Life is about decisions. None of us influence where we start, but we damn sure can determine where we're going. Each step you take leaves a footprint. Each action provides a page to your biography. Ask yourself this: when I leave, will they save a place for me? When I come back hungry, will I have a place at the table? When I return, will the door open? How genuine would a smile be? How fake would a hug be? Will home still be home? President 919.
Back like I never left. Matter of fact, we in.
You are now listening to the Shaw Report with Damian Banks.
Hello.
What's happening? What's up? What's going on? It's the Shaw Report, and I am your host, Damian Banks. Shaw Bears alum and fans rejoice. You have your very own podcast hosted by moi, Damian S. Banks. Follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Damian. That's SportsByDaimeon. And Shaw University Athletics are also on social media. On Twitter, it's at Shaw Bears. On Instagram, it's at SU_Bears. And on Facebook.com/Shaw Bears. Find the Shaw Report on ShawBears.com. Also on iTunes. Just search the Shaw Report, also on Spreaker.com/Sports by Damian, and many other social media platforms. So we got that out of the way. Let me ask you a question. How y'all doing? What's happening? I'm back for another week of the Shaw Report. I feel good. I feel refreshed. Yesterday, man, I don't know, this weekend, I was going through some things, man. Took some Benadryl, was knocked out. I want to apologize to anyone who was looking for me at the Shaw University football spring game this past Saturday at Durham County Memorial Stadium. Heard it was a torrential rainfall, and the guys still went out there and performed for head coach Adrian Jones. Got a special treat for you all. We're going to interview head coach Adrian Jones of the football team later in this episode. But the spring football game was this past Saturday at Durham County Memorial Stadium. Wasn't able to go, like I said, man. I took some Benadryl and was gone. I was out of here, like, bruh. I was gone, man. I don't know what they put in Benadryl, but yeah, you might as well say it's a sleeping pill because I was knocked out. I took that pill around 9 o'clock in the morning. I think I woke up around 6 in the evening. My wife was great. My wife and my 2-year-old daughter was gracious enough to let me sleep about 8 hours yesterday. I don't get that much sleep on a regular basis. So, the wife took care of my daughter for 8 straight hours. I was able to sleep. So I feel good. I feel refreshed, feel rejuvenated. This is the Shaw Report. Again, I am your host, Damian Banks. A lot of things going on in the world of Shaw University athletics. Again, the Shaw spring football game was this past Saturday. We're going to talk in a little bit to head coach Adrian Jones of the football team. Also want to give a shout out and congratulations to our newest CIAA coach of the week for the track and field team, Nadia Alexander Pompey. Congratulations, Coach Nadia. You're doing your thing. You're doing your ting, as my island people would say. On the track and field tip, you got the CIAA coach of the week. Coach Pompey is in her second season, if I'm not mistaken, at Shaw University, and she's doing great things for the with the program. So CIAA Coach of the Week, that's a big honor, a big accomplishment. So congratulations to her. More things going on around the athletic department. Former Shaw Bears wide receiver Daniel Lee has signed a contract with the Richmond Rough Riders of the American Arena League in Richmond, Virginia. Now, Daniel Lee is a 2014 graduate of Shaw University. He played 2 seasons in Raleigh before making his pro debut in 2013 with the Columbus Lions of the American Arena League. So now he's signed with the Richmond Rough Riders of the American Arena League. So, came back, got his degree in 2014, and he's still playing professional ball. So if you're a potential student athlete interested in playing football at Shaw University, a pro career can be in your future. You got to work hard. Of course you got to work hard, but you can also get a top-notch degree from a top-notch university, and you have an opportunity to further your football career. So, Shaw University, great HBCU. Full disclosure, I did not attend Shaw University. I attended Virginia State University. I am a native of Durham, North Carolina. Love my HBCUs. I worked at North Carolina Central all throughout high school, worked in the CAF at North Carolina Central my entire time in high school. So I love HBCUs. I had brothers that went to North Carolina Central. Had a brother that went to St. Paul's. My twin brother and I, we went to Virginia State. Had another brother that went to North Carolina A&T. So, we love our HBCUs. So, just because I didn't go to Shaw University does not mean that I can't give you a quality podcast week in, week out. But with that being said, man, we're going to take this commercial break. After the break, we're going to bring in our interview for the week, head coach Adrian Jones of the football team. Don't go anywhere. If you do come right back, you're listening to the Shaw Report on Spreaker Radio. Hey, Shaw Bears fans, refresh your game day with the new and improved real Coca-Cola taste of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar with 0 calories and 0 sugar. It's college sports' newest tradition. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola Zero Sugar and taste the feeling. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of Shaw University Athletics.
You are now listening to the Shaw Report with Damian Banks.
Welcome back to the Shaw Report. Again, I am your host, Damian Banks. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Damian. That's SportsByDamion. And Shaw University Athletics are also on social media. On Twitter, it's at Shaw Bears. On Instagram, it's at SU_Bears. And on Facebook.com/Shaw Bears. We're joined on the Shaw Report by third-year head coach of the football team, head coach Adrian Jones. Coach Jones, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Now, you've been on the Shaw Report before. You've just completed your third season. Actually, just had your spring game this past Saturday. So take us from year 1 to year 3, the improvements from the team and basically improvements from the whole program.
Well, when you come in as a new coach and, a new regime, new staff and everything, it takes a little time for kids to buy in the process. The first year, we had to instill that discipline, that what I wanted in my program. And then year 2, we brought in freshmen in year 1, but year 2 they came in. They kind of bought into what we were trying to do. And year 3 has been a great year for us, man. We brought in all the needs. We hit all the needs and everything. We got some local talent. And, we still got Devin Hunt. We have Jaleel Stroggins on defense as well, Braxton King. Guys of that nature. Our freshman who redshirted, quarterback Bryce, had a great spring game, and amongst a host of other players that did well as for the spring game as well. But we're headed in the right direction, man. We just gotta, like I say all the time, we just gotta stay consistent and make sure we do everything right.
The spring game was at Durham County Memorial Stadium, same stadium that Shaw University plays their home football games. And this past Saturday, man, it was a pretty steady rainfall. And, you had the opportunity to play in inclement weather. You could have canceled the game, but you said you thought twice about it because you would have to play in those same weather conditions during the season. Just talk to us a little bit about, what you saw out of your guys on Saturday and how what room for improvement you may need to make and just going forward into fall camp.
Well, one thing that's really stuck out was our defense. They really played great. We came into the spring thinking that our secondary was going to be our weak link, but one thing I've done, that's the position I played, and I kind of started trying to help out with the secondary, and hats off to my new defensive back coach, Ronald Conyers, who played at North Carolina Central. He's the guys in the back end. We haven't got beat deep. And whenever guys catch balls, we're right in the vicinity to make a play. And I'm really excited about those guys. Thurman Trapp, you got Caleb Barfield, who played with me at Southern Durham High School. Devin Hunt, who didn't play in the spring game, and it was a chance to get those guys that play behind those starters. And that has been the change for us. The first team is the first team, but I think the reason for some of the L's that we took the last 2 years was when our starters went down, we had a big drop-off. Well, now we have created what I call competition all across the board. And next man up mentality. You don't want anybody to get hurt, but it's got to be that next guy up, and they can't miss a beat. So those guys like Braxton King and Devin Hunt that didn't play, and you had guys like Clifton Brown that replaced Devin Hunt. They did great. I'm just proud of my guys, how hard they're working, how they bought into the program, and that trust in the process that we have instilled in them.
Coach, you're talking about trust in the process and you're building that depth, your recruiting class. You talked a little bit about recruiting local players, getting players from around the area, just really filling those gaps and holes and needs that the program has. I'm looking at your schedule, and very ambitious schedule for the 2018 season. You're starting off at Hampton. Hampton just left the MEAC for the Big South, a predominantly white conference. So, Hampton is making big moves. You're also playing Campbell from the same conference. You're playing Mars Hill. Pretty ambitious schedule. So you're going to need that depth. So talk a little bit about that recruiting class and some of the holes and needs that you were able to fill.
Well, what we wanted to do is we wanted to create depth, and we created depth at every position. We still recruiting offensive line-wise. Those offensive linemen are really the last guys that you sign. You got guys that have big dreams of playing D1 football, so we haven't filled that void yet. But we do have all our returning starters back, which Alvin Hart, our starting right guard, wasn't able to play in the spring game. But like I said, the depth is the key. We have did a great job at bringing in linebackers, defensive backs, defensive ends, you name it, all across the board. We have filled the voids, and we want to just, like I said, create competition and make sure these guys hold themselves accountable. And what I like, and what made me a good DB, I can say, is that the guy that was behind me was just as good as I was, and I wanted to make sure I stayed on the field, and that's what we have created at Shaw. And I think that the sky's the limit for us. We just got to continue to chop wood, carry water, and do exactly what we have planned.
There's that mantra, ladies and gentlemen, chop wood and carry water. Coach Jones has been saying that since he won state championships as a head coach at Southern Durham High School and helped North Carolina Central University to win MEAC championships. So you're in good hands, Shaw University alum and fans. This guy is going to bring prominence back to the program. Coach Jones, I thank you for joining us. Now, before I go, I just want to let you know, again, I looked at the schedule. You got some heavy hitters. Again, Hampton, Mars Hill, the mighty Trojans of Virginia State University. Coach, get your guys ready, Coach.
We will be ready. And that's a great challenge. Virginia State, hats off to those guys. They're really doing a great job of making that program what it used to be, and we look forward to accepting the challenge.
Coach, your schedule is off the chain. I can't wait until the season starts. I will be in the building. Durham County Memorial Stadium is the home field for Shaw University. Come out and support the Bears. Coach Jones, thank you for joining the Shaw Report. We're going to have you back before the season starts. We already know that. That's a no-brainer. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your team. Hopefully everyone stays healthy, and much success.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
We want to thank Coach Jones for joining us on the Shaw Report. Let's take this commercial break. When we come back, we're going to bring you the Shaw Bears Scoreboard. This is the Shaw Report on Spreaker Radio. This portion of the Shaw Report is brought to you by Summit Hospitality. Summit Hospitality is a proud sponsor of Shaw University Athletics. With 6 Marriott-branded hotels in the Raleigh area, Summit Hospitality can manage all of your lodging needs. Make your reservations for your family or a group by calling 919-669-0576 and let them know that Shaw University Athletics sent you. That's Summit Hospitality, 919-669-0576.
You are now listening to the Shaw Report with Damian Banks.
What's happening? Welcome back to the Shaw Report. Again, I am your host, Damian Banks. You know what time it is and you know how I do. Don't act like you don't know. I do it after every commercial break. Follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Damian. That's SportsByDamion. And Shaw University Athletics are also on social media. On Twitter, it's at Shaw Bears. On Instagram, it's at SU_Bears. And on Facebook.com/Shaw Bears. We want to thank head coach Adrian Jones of the football team for joining us on the Shaw Report. Really great interview with that guy. I've known him, for the majority of my life. Really solid head coach. Is going to be leading Shaw University to great things. I really do expect that to happen. You just have to trust the process, like Coach Jones says, and he's working with that group of young men and his coaching staff to right the ship at Shaw University. So nothing but success and great things are in the future for Shaw University football and head coach Adrian Jones. I want to shout out head coach Nadia Alexander Pompey, the head coach of the track and field.